Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Well, I know that you have been hearing my voice for the majority part of the morning. It's on with Miss Sharon Felix earlier on, and now I am back with you until 2 o'clock. So, what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago? A lot is happening in the news, a lot is happening worldwide. You heard what happened with Precious read a while ago about Israel. I know some people just have the eyes on Israel. I really don't, but there's some people who that's their religion, their religious belief. Yes, so much has been happening over the weekend. Yes, a lot has been happening over the weekend. A lot of stuff people are talking about. A lot of stuff that people are concerned about. And it is very important for you to be aware of what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. So let's start with the discussion and the talk. So during the course of last week and week before, there has been an issue, a continuous issue that have been going on, and some people have been talking about it. I know that my colleague Aisha Wells have been lending her voice about it and talking about what's going on in her community in Lavantil. I don't know how many of you would have seen the video with the Minister of National Security, Minister Fitzgerald Hines, and he would have gone into the community and he would have done a video. The video was done with him in the community talking about what has been going on in the community of Lavantil, and I want to play that for you today. I also want to play for you the video of a young man who has some concerns about the way that the opposition is dealing with COVID-19 and dragging in the medical professionals into her discussion and into her discourse. I want to say this also, that, there are people who would do talk shows and they would talk about what, good morning, Pastor Google and others, be blessed. Thank you very much. Yes, so people would do talk shows and they would talk about all what the government did. And they'll talk about what the government not doing. Some people will talk about what the government not doing. And there's some people who, from time to time, you hear the discussions on issues. And for me, I don't know how to put it across, but I want to play this for you from a young man who had some concerns with the opposition leader and the way the opposition leader lost all respect at this point. That was his dilemma, that the opposition leader have been saying things and doing things, and a lot of people would not talk about it. A lot of people will not point it out to you. A lot of people will leave it in the dark or wish that it would go away. But it would not go away. It is too much of it, too in your face for it to go away. Today, Sharon and I would have dealt this morning. Sharon and I talked about the opposition leader talking about the way how things going. It could reach to a 1990 again, an insurrection, I'm not hearing anybody or any, I don't know, maybe somebody could correct me, but is there an outcry against statements being made by the opposition leader talking about an insurrection and stuff like that, and you know, the way how things going, she would not be surprised if an insurrection, or however she put it. My thing is, why are we talking about that in the midst of a pandemic? But I'm not good. I'm waiting to hear if people will condemn those statements also by the opposition leader. You know, statements that are being made by the opposition leader. This young man would have built the courage to do a live to show or to tell Trinidad and Tobago how much he's not happy with statements that are being made by the opposition leader. So if you join me on the live, join me on the Street 919 FM Facebook Live. Also, if you join me on IWER TV on YouTube, you're going to see the video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you an opportunity to join me. I'm going to wait until I see the numbers go up for you to join me. I'm not going to play it as yet. I'm just going to give you a little sneak piece of it, and then you can join me. I'm not going to run anything yet, Alexander. I'm waiting until people come on the live. And as Sharon say, we can't be selfish. You know, there are some people who are going to come on the live to hear the video, not because you are on, mean that, you know, to hell with everybody else. All right? So I'm going to play a piece of it.
Good evening. It is not my intention to bother you all on a Saturday evening with videos. But I am responding to a press release that was released from the office of the Leader of the Opposition.
Right. So if you want to see the video, you need to come on. If you haven't seen it, you haven't heard it, if you come on the live, I'm going to play the video for you. All right, so come on the live now on IWER TV. Also, join me on Facebook on the Street 919 FM Facebook page. I'm going to take some calls in the meanwhile while I see you coming on. Remember, when you come on to Facebook or YouTube, you can tell me where you're joining me from, and I will acknowledge your community. I'll take some calls to let me know if you're listening. 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791. You can send your voice notes on 771-1791, and you can also send your voice notes on 771-1791. All right. Hello, good morning, caller. Hello, morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Yes. I listened to the right again. I listened to the issue with Kamala Prasad, Professor, and you see, what I have my eyes on the button. I'm not moving it because they cannot give account for the 5 years in office. Attorney General and one of our senators is going to the court Friday. They don't care if this country mash up, and then will lead the ashes. That's the whole long and short with them, you know. She know that, and they play like if it's stupid. That is the aim and that is the objective. They know that they must answer. They're asking this government to answer for everything. And this government is spending taxpayer money. They're not pocketing it, or they're not moving it from one area to the next area. They are spending it. They could give account of it. We're asking them to give account of the money that they had under the treasury with their country, with their control. They cannot answer that. That is the whole problem. You can't fool me. My Bible tells me, do not be fooled. They don't care what takes place in the country. When you tell the people that we want to make a country ungovernable, you know what an ungovernable country? What Iraq? What Iran? What all these countries up there? Syria all up there? That is ungovernable countries. Ungovernable. Use the word. Get to the understanding of the word, meaning of the word. Have a blessed day.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to play the video now.
Leader of the Opposition, where in chastising Prime Minister Rowley and Terence Dialsing, she also sought to pull into the political fray the office of the Chief Medical Officer and to ridicule him, disrespect the office and the team that comes as part of the technical support team of the ministry, medical team that is, and deem them all as part of the propaganda structure of the ministry. I think Mrs. Prasad-Bissessar has lost her marbles, quite frankly, because one of the things we know in public administration, and I keep talking about the dichotomy of public administration, is that you don't politicize the technocrats and the public officers. They are protected by the rules and regulations of the public service, of the rules and regulations of the public service. More so, the Chief Medical Officer is protected by the Constitution. He has a role, a specific role and responsibility. His role and responsibility includes advising, providing advice, professional advice to the Minister of Health. The Leader of the Opposition clearly does not know and does not understand or has totally forgotten about that dichotomy between political and non-political. I find it disgusting that she would use the opportunity to totally destroy the reputation of a man who has been at the center of this thing, providing human service and doing his very best in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Who is she to say that he has not provided the accurate advice? And who is she to assume that that advice was not given, but has not been taken? You want to attack the Prime Minister? That is your colleague at the political level. You want to attack the Minister of Health? That is your colleague at the parliamentary level, at the political level. But have regard and respect for the office of the Chief Medical Officer and the regard and respect for all public officers. And have regard for our frontline workers and all of them who fall under his purview. In fact, in the last couple of weeks, Mrs. Prasad-Bissessar and her entire team has grasped at straws. First, trying to debate the legality and legitimacy of the Cuba Hospital, which they lined the highway in protest to be opened. When she should have been championing to find answers as to why Dr. Don Martin and his team was dismissed from the Cuba Hospital. Since Dr. Martin has been removed from the hospital to date, numbers in this country has been in double figures as it pertains to death. Nobody has asked any questions as for a breakdown of where those deaths are occurring. Nobody in the opposition. And quite frankly, this current opposition is the weakest opposition in the history of our country. It is even weaker than the opposition that existed in 1971. And guess what? In 1971, there was no elected opposition in the parliament. The opposition came from outside. That is to tell you how weak they are. Mrs. Prasad-Bissessar, with all due respect, do us all a favor. Rather than you try to dismantle and cause division and destroy and disrespect the work that people have put in the last 14 plus months, maybe, just maybe, you could try your very best to say something to engender public trust and confidence in you. Because you know what you're doing? On a daily basis, you are proving to this country just why you didn't win the 2020 general election. Good evening, everybody. I hope I don't have to do another message like this again. But we need to call out politicians, and we need to call out the opposition, especially when they are doing mischief, being mischievous, and disrespectful to the people who have given time, energy, and also taken away from family time to save our country. Good evening.
Right. Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning, Pastor Google.
Hi, good morning. What are your thoughts about what this young man had to say?
Well, he's correct. What is happening in this country right now, Pastor Google? Supporters are UNC, non-supporters, whether you're a voter or not, whether you like PNM or not. People are weary, they're getting tired and weary of the opposition. Because they're not coming with solutions. There's a constant complaining and trying to pull down everything. And he's correct. Do not drag public officers into this who, unlike Mr. Sadbi Sessa and the opposition party, has been out there. Some of them dying from COVID-19. They're tired, they're frustrated. They too need a rest, but they come out every single day. I have colleagues who have died from COVID-19. And they're out there every single day fighting and battling. And instead the UNC gives support to it, despite the fact that they don't like the PNM or the government, whatever. They're pulling down everything. And this gentleman here is just speaking to that frustration that's being felt. You see, he mentioned they are the worst opposition ever. And when in 1970, I think it's 71, you mentioned, didn't you have opposition the worse than that? And he's so correct. But you know what happened? The opposition leader and the UNC has started on a path of trying to destroy everything, so they can't turn back now. Because they go look at kind of way, so they have to continue. While we battling out here, we on the ground, she not on no ground. I see somebody mention at least she still have her job. But that's a job not deserved. The money she getting not even deserved. Because they're not standing up. You don't have to agree with everything the government does. But you know what? All over the world, you're not hearing no opposition party or leader standing up and fighting down the government there with anything they try to put in place to treat COVID-19. They're working together, and they will fight about other things after this. This is a crisis we're in. So I agree exactly with everything that gentleman is saying, and more people need to come out and speak and keep the opposition in check. Because her mention of the coup, you don't talk them things lightly. In any other country in the world, the security system would have been on that immediately. You link in this COVID situation and whatever problems we're going through, whatever stress we have, whatever challenges we have, and mentioning that this will create like civil unrest and something with the coup and all that. How dare her to do that? She know what happened in 1990. Is she reminiscent of that? You have a Mr. Wennett Everly with a survivor of that. When you hear this gentleman talk, how dare her link the two things together? It is unfortunate. And before I go past the Google, there's a gentleman called Kyle Hernandez would have did a comedy program.
Yes, I have it.
I want him to apologize. Not only to the Tobago people who can talk for themselves, but the Down syndrome community, of which I'm a self-advocate. How dare he use in his routine anything and make fun of the Down syndrome community or any specially able people we have in this community? How dare he? He needs to come and apologize to that group of persons and with society who already have their own challenges, and then you bring it in making fun of that. I rebuke that, and he needs again to apologize to the Down syndrome community and the specially able community who are our children, our fathers, our mothers. All of us have somebody or know somebody who has a challenge, and he dare to sit there and make fun of that. Look, Pastor Google, you have a blessed when I go.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Pastor Google. Jenny, good morning. Jenny, let's deal with that one separately. That issue, that last issue, that needs to be dealt with in total, separately. Let's deal with Kamala this morning. Listen to me. I want to say hallelujah, amen, to all that the young man had to say. Google, this country, we would have been much better off had it really be like the Seychelles that you talk about here that all the show this morning.
Yes.
We would have been better off if we had, in this pandemic, knowing that it is a killer, if we had the support of that opposition leader and her followers. I read on a Guardian the Tuesday after the Monday night meeting. I forget what date. I could find it and always tell you later on. A Guardian where she went out on that Monday night platform and she said that what the government managing this COVID by VAPs, they have no coherent plans going forward. She said it is clear the medical people had no plans. They were living in a fool's paradise. You hearing me?
Yeah.
That they feel the COVID would not affect us. She said they're sitting down over a year. I make sure I jot down some notes, because I was reading it word for word. They're sitting down over a year, pretending to be saviors, experts, pretending to be the ones to tell us what to do. We must do this. Tell the government for us to do that, do the other. And saying what? How can we believe you and trust you? And she says for Rowley, all he doing is buffing. Right? He not even carrying out his own instructions, calling on people in Tobago about what they did and how the things spike. How reckless could you be when you call out the people to come to Tobago? She say reckless and dangerous. And the vexing part that I found on that thing is when she tell the people, don't open the doors to the police because you don't know if people could disguise as police and to come in your house. And all that you doing, I find, that's disruption. What really going on in this country? And a country that under pandemic, that for the world, and we trying to fight and hide and duck from this, and they're getting on so. I'm glad when Mr. Hines said in Parliament to them, I didn't hear what I should say, the context in which what was going on before. But you know what he said? I agree with him. I totally agree with him. If COVID had a face, it would have looked like them on the opposite side. They're too mischievous. Come on, man, people here, Dr. Rowley, pandemic is the first time we in this generation seeing and knowing what a pandemic is. So the government, like everybody else, they're trying. They're hitting and missing, yes. Dr. Rowley admit and they accept responsibility that they fail in certain things and they will try to do better. We all have to help them. But what these people think it is, whoever died and made them God, that they feel they have the answer to run here under COVID. If they were running this country in this time here, all of us see that already. Thank you. Go on.
342-0081-771-1791-466-5391. Join me on YouTube. Join me on Facebook. I have another video I want to show you, and I really want you to come on to see this video because, people just have a whole lot to say. But I'm not hearing anybody saying anything about this that I want to show you. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Pastor Google. Trinidad and Tobago. Well, according to the man, if COVID had a face and a look, it would have looked just like Miss Camilla Pusat Bissessa.
No.
Okay, I withdraw that. It would have looked just like how those people mind thinking. You would have seen a face of how people mind thinking. These people, the wicked, the evil, and stuff like that. Pastor Google, I don't know what again to say and how this woman, like she don't listen to nobody, like nobody in telling her nothing. The people in Barford, Princess Tongue, Faizabad, Siparia, nobody in telling the lady, get off the people back. Look, Miss Kannada, you're squeezing the people's chest. You're handbugging the lungs from breathing. Miss Camilla Pusat Bissessa, give us a break, please. You're doing more bad into your people. I ain't talking about the Indian people. I'm talking about the people who you controlling. Because they are good, lovely people, East Indian people. But people like you and thinking like you, it is sad. And oh God, Mr. The man who had the baby in America without a mother or something. I can't remember his name. Listen, oh God, only give us a chance in Trinidad just to live. All we want to do is live. We want to survive. We want to live in this country, Trinidad and Tobago, and the people of the Caribbean. Oh God, one people on the same ship, make the same trip. Only let's see these people together.
Thank you.
Let's watch them in the face and tell them no. Miss Kamala Posad, Mr. Go where nobody can see you. Put your face in a bag.
All right.
Oh, God.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, Pastor Google.
Good morning.
I heard all that, the young man had to say and all everybody saying. And I want to agree with him totally. Pastor Google, my thing is I want to continue to salute and to uplift and to encourage the Dr. Parashram and his team for like a thinker coming together to save Trinidad and Tobago. People of the medical fraternity, we, the majority of us out here, we salute you. You are doing a fantastic job with what you have, and as they say that this virus is a novel virus, is a new virus. Not even the developed world know how to treat it. The scientists, they're trying their best. And we salute you. You all are making a great sacrifice of yourselves, right? Put it into your families and so on. And you are trying to help the people of TNT. Your love, you are true patriots. And we salute you. And I salute all the health workers, everybody, those on the front line, those carrying on the trolleys, everybody in. We appreciate your contribution to Trinidad and Tobago. And to the opposition leader, I hope you are condemned to the pits of hell by all the people, the chambers, all the right-thinking citizens. How dare you attack people who are trying to save lives, who have taken that oath to save lives? How dare you? You're out of place. And then talking about what? 1990? Lady, you could handle a 1990. You just had a few killings and you call a state of emergency. 1 week and you call a state of emergency. And up to now you have not justified to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago why you did it. All kind of excuse only come with. And that's what you did. You have no love for this country. That is why the right-thinking people, the majority of us, will continue to reject you. And you know that. You know you're being rejected. All your try, all your dirty tricks, nobody taking you on, and you will continue to be rejected. Nobody wants you at the helm leading this nation. You're no good for this people, for the nation. Bye, Pastor Google.
Tell me, what about love thy neighbor? Tell me.
Hello, good morning.
Pleasant good morning to you, Pastor Google. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Pastor Google, this is Paul. Let me tell you something, right? When you looked at what Shane Mohammed said, the political analyst, the upcoming political analyst, he's quite correct. And these are the persons that I want to hear make statements in society. These are the persons that you could actually learn something from someone, where we're going forward. Pertains to the opposition, I think it's about time that the opposition learn a good lesson and the citizenry of this country actually call a no confidence, because it's a weak opposition. Our opposition job is to fight against the government and bring factual information, and don't use the pandemic as a way to gain political mileage. And that is what the opposition continues to do, right? And what I'm clearly stating is that the base of the East Indian continue to rally around Miss Kamala Persad Bissessa, which they are now trying to wake up. And you know what I don't like about the supporters of the UNC? They understand that their leader is going down a deadly path, and they're not going to condemn her. Some of them is the ones who is beneficial, and that could be the traditional East Indian. But I'm happy to see, and you know why I will say my people, even though I am PNM, and even though I support the strong structured party, I'm an East Indian at the end of the day, and East Indian don't condemn their own. But what I'm seeing in the African base, they continue to bring down each other, and we need to stop that. We need to stop that in this country. The division is not making any sense at all. And given the time and the moment that I have to say what I have to say, and God give me the lifespan to move forward, I would join hands with people like Shane Mohammed and Kojo and all these people in time to come when I get my degree in political science and make a difference in this country. Because as an East Indian, we need to try to bring back the society to where it was. I am tired of this racism, and we need to stop right now. Kamala, you need to step down. You must go. No, thank you.
They making new laws every day, and those of the master they throw away. They go about and preach. It's not what they teach, and no one seems to care. The whole world lives in fear. Just this fear.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, hello. Top of the morning to you, Pastor Google, and to listeners. Pastor Google, I don't know if people are aware that the opposition leader would, if she was to be, God forbid, the next prime minister, she would be on her mid 70 years, you know. I don't know if people could calculate that she would be close to 75. So if she is having problems in even finding out her own in a video and you know, and forgetful and so on. At 75, I don't know. I would like, you know, people who are in support think about that. I know the goodly Prime Minister said he is going to, you know, leave politics at the end coming, right, for the next general election. But I wish him all the best and respect to the members who have, you know, continuously, you know, Penelope Beckers and so on, who have been continuously doing, you know, justice in even these hard times, right? But I just wanted to add that, and to what Sister Jenny just said concerning the other issue with that person, I have overcome bipolar, you know, and I told Jenny this morning, I use my to inspire others, encourage others, and out of something said to me, which may seem negative, that I'm using bipolar to get what I want somebody to, I turn it around. So I just wanted to let you know, the song, I placed it on your WhatsApp on the station, and it's called Journey for Love. It was nicely done by Sophia Allen, and Nipo did the video. So I hope you get a look at it, because it will encourage people who have challenges, especially with those who have done so well in the Special Olympics. Okay. Anyway, have a blessed day. Thank you.
All right, send it over again, please. I didn't see it. All right, thank you.
Pastor Google, good morning. Pastor Google, I just want to send out praises and thanks to the healthcare workers, Dr. Pastram, Dr. Hines, Dr. Trotman, Dr. Richard, and all the workers in the health sector. I, as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, would like to thank you all very much for your service, your sacrifice. and your time and effort that you have given to us to keep us safe. You all has put yourself in front for us. We thank you all in the healthcare system very much. And Pastor Gogo, if I was the police commissioner this morning, I would have visited Kamala Prasad Bissessa with that statement she made and those guns that come in the airport. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
On that last caller, and the chance that they are doing, that they continue to do. I want to thank you for this nice program once again. The Commissioner of Police, my Prime Minister, the opposition leader, and all those who playing a major role in making things possible. Just locked on this man.
Don't take the UNC serious, but NC Wade Mac and them keep press conference, and after that they was open for questions and nobody in the media and ask them no question. Nobody don't take them serious, partners. Nobody don't take them serious, and history will absolve them as the worst proper UNC MPs that it have in this country. Kingsley, suck on that.
Good morning to you, Pastor Google. You know, the whole problem with Ms. Kamala Prasad Bissessa and her team is that pressure is building. They don't have nothing to talk about. So what they're doing, they are frustrated, because when you could think about 5 years under the government and you not in power to do anything, frustration is building, and she's trying to set up people to do things to relieve her frustration. But I think Trinidadian is smarter than that, and I don't think the elements in them is even smarter than that right now. So that ain't gonna work. We're gonna pray against that, and that will never work in this country again. Good morning to you, Pastor Google.
Okay, I think I played that already.
All of a sudden, Monila, Richard, and Jaquana sent his wife to England to go to school, eh? Look how life is, boy. Understand them as a set of idiot, but I don't know where they might come out from. I don't know why they don't dig a hole and go in it and bury themselves, boy. Understand them? It's waste of time for this country, boy. They're idiots.
Morning, people. I understand there's some business planning to open on the holiday, which is Saturday. I don't know if I could find out if the curfew, the extended curfew that applies on holidays, if it applies on this Saturday holiday also. Could you find out that from, please?
The Prime Minister said that he's going to deal with that. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Pastor G, Papa G.
What's going on, brother?
I deal with them. I didn't
get to hear your voice of them this morning, but they condemn the opposition leader?
If they, boy, in and out, because I can't say for sure, because I was, at that time, so I wasn't near the radio and listening and thing now, So I can't say if they condemn. It was a little, they say they don't agree or it sounds foolish or something to that degree. They say there was one day where the comment fit in. Okay. And that's the extent to which it was discussed.
Oh, that's all. If it was on the shoe was on the other foot.
Rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Tackling gun.
Hey, tell me about it. All now we have to be ducking.
Like with laser.
We couldn't even call our station. Hey,
but leave me alone now. You want to say it? You want to say it now? Let me tell you something. The problems of the world and the problems of the country, Pastor G, it takes it needs a certain amount of IQ. It needs a certain amount of intelligence. Let me tell you, if you have a certain amount of intelligence, you will know where to step off. you will know where to balance off. You will know that this what I'm doing here don't really make any sense because it's like you're hooking up with the man named Basil, the man with the big hook, to play friend with he, to overthrow, not knowing you go and swing that hook on you when you done with you after you side with him. And people don't learn, and I don't understand why they're not learning that lesson. You see, they continually pander into ignorance, hate, rage, racism. They pander into it. They speak to it, thinking that it will bring them some sort of victory. The same thing was attempted in America.
But let me tell you something. But let me tell you this. Yeah. There are talk show hosts who will not touch on this issue, you know.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
You see that statement made by Ms. Bissessa? Yeah. There are some talk show hosts who don't even know it was made. First, they're ignorant of all that is happening where that is concerned. But you know, anything with the government.
Oh God, let me go it all over again. Battleship water out in the seas. The dome rocket interceptor. I know what I'm saying now, and that is our plight. Mainstream commentators and listen. We can't say they're being silent anymore, right, Pastor G? They're encouraging it by being silent. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
Because months ago they should have kind of like help the nation to pardon all the negatives that going that working against the mitigation of this thing that have everybody under, well, most people, I should say, if the lower end, the majority under real pressure, and the business people too. So I don't know when they'll wake up, and like I just say, it can't be what it is not. And maybe they don't have the how to put it, but the cognitive intelligence to neutralize some of the biases to kind of get on board. Maybe, I don't know if they feel they will look like they're supporting the PNM.
That's exactly that. That's exactly what it is. Let me tell you this. Let me say this to you too. Right? I could tell you straight up, I don't agree with the statement made by Mr. Fitzgerald Hines. I don't agree with it. I cannot. My 11-year-old son made this statement to me, and I said to him, I don't ever want to hear you saying that again.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because that statement, to me, I don't think that this is not a Trinidad thing. This is a worldwide thing. So if you were saying that if COVID-19 had a face, you understand? It will. I totally disagree with that statement. No. And as I said to you, I told my son, I don't accept that. I don't.
But some people, I know, I agree with you. But let me tell you something. Let me to the country, and remember the country, although they're feeling it, they wouldn't get an opportunity to express it, due to the limits of calling in on a program, taking the time to call it. But people discuss it, Pastor Gila, man, and somebody else.
Yeah, man.
You have a good one.
Yeah, and while I understand, and that's why I just didn't let Manu finish his statement. That's just me. I totally disagree with that. I don't agree with that. And while I know that people are upset, and people they're really upset and hurt by comments being made, but I wouldn't go that far. That's just me. As a COVID-19 survivor, I'm not going there. Hello, good morning.
Well, Pastor, Reverend, and Brother, Pastor Google, I guess this is not a voice perhaps you believe you would have heard on this kind of topic, especially in this segment. Let me say this as I'm about to make this statement, as Mr. Tabakeet, one of the old clarion callers. First of all, I need to take off the political cap to say what I have to say. I think Trinidad and Tobago, and everybody is well aware, I'm a national awardee. And a national award, regardless to who would have recommended, the president will pin that pin on you. And I'll say this today on your program. As I told you, I took off the political cap. Anything to destabilize the democracy of Trinidad and Tobago, I, Maurice Horsley, as a national awardee, better known as Mr. Tabakit, will condemn any statement, regardless to who is the leader in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm saying such a statement by any elected official, regardless to who is that person, I think we should sing that hymn with one voice and condemn it. Because trust me, and I tell you, when the coup had occurred, I was not in Trinidad. I was in Canada. Yeah? And when my mother had called me then, I remember I had a cousin who we grew up with in Tabakit. And the first thing I asked her, he was a police. I don't want to call his name. Today he resigned as a senior. And I asked her, because all of us grew up together in that house, if everything is okay with him. And as you talk that, all I remember what they were showing you, because you know the international news then, they were showing you their smoke. Yeah? And I, as I told you before, I have not lived the experience because I was not in Trinidad. And this is the first time perhaps I ever saying this on national radio. And I'm saying I condemn the statement to the high heaven. I think any right-thinking citizen, and people was expecting, but wait, now this is Tabakit, he is coming to defend. I am saying no. Sometimes we got to take that milestone and that leap. And again, people hear me. We're talking about the democracy, the heart of the democracy. The parliament is sacrosanct. And anything to interfere with the seat of governance, any political leader, any leader that holds office, once again, and as long as you would have sit at the highest office, I, as a national awardee, hear me well, people, and anybody want to go back and say, well, look, Tabakit bad talking his own party, oh, give me a break. This is not about a political party anymore. But this is something that we got to be responsible. And anything to do, because a lot of people lost their life. A lot of people. That would have set back our nation over 100 years. It was worse than the water riots then. And I am saying, I, Maurice Horsley, as a national awardee, better known as Mr. Tabakit in the political world, I am condemning that statement because it interferes with the heart of our democracy, and anything to interfere with the seat of parliament where the highest laws is being made. I am saying that the honorable opposition leader, Mrs. Pamela Kosad-Visesa, should apologize to the nation for making such statement. I don't know what would have driven her to make that statement. I am saying as a national awardee, people hear me good. As a national awardee, I hold the country third highest award. For people didn't know the type of award, I got it because I used to be instrumental with the Village Council Association, with Patricia Neptune and the deceased Vincent Scott, who used to be the Choice Serenados. And I'm saying, people don't know me. A lot of people curse me out. But I'm saying here now, I talk as a national awardee calling on my political leader, the Honorable Ms. Kamla Prasad-Visesa. If you made it in error, or however you made it, come to the nation and apologize to the nation for making such statement. Perhaps sometime you don't know. Again, I'm not taking for anybody here. People don't come after me. I'm making this call as a national awardee of Trinidad and Tobago, calling on the opposition leader who was former prime minister to do the honorable thing, apologize to Trinidad and Tobago, because the democracy cannot take a coup and any bloodshed.
Thank you
My
very
brother
much.
and pastor, this is Mr. Tabakit, national awardee, better known as Maurice Horsley. I thank you for giving me air to give my opinion. This is where I stand on that matter. Thank you.
All right, so we're going for a break. We're coming back with the news with Miss Vanessa Thomas right here on the street, 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 91 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. For the program, Health